This, ladies and gentlemen, is a massive, massive machine nicknamed Big Lizzie. Big Lizzie was a brainchild of Mr. Frank Petrel, who, aided by the foundry in Richmond, commenced making this machine in 1914 and it was finished in 1915. And it was intended to carry wool around from the surrounding stations, sheep stations, to Melbourne, to Murray. It started carrying wheat around the area. In 1920, this machine was used to clear trees in this area for the biggest soldier settlement in 1920 project. It was in when the soldiers came back from the First World War, they were given settlements, as a thank you for being in the war. And this was a gigantic machine, was used to clear trees. And wow, and it's here in Red Cliffs in Victoria. And what a machine! The tractor-trailer combination. Oh my God! Look at this! Wow! This is me! One of the wheels. That's huge. I'm 5'9". Imagine driving that on the highway. And this is the Big Lizzie story here. Brainchild of this bloke here, Mr. Bottrill. That's where it was one of the trailers at the foundry. "34 feet, height 18 feet, width 11 feet, weight 45 tons, wagons 30, 10 and 7 each." So that's 30 feet, 10 feet and 7 tons, the wagons. The tractors are 7 tons. How big this machine is. This is incredible. This is the wheel of Big Lizzie. Wow. It's even got its own anvil. It's even got its own anvil on the thing, so they could forge their own stuff. Motor there was made in England. A lot of stuff was made in England over there. Good British manufacturing happening there. Designed to replace the camel trains that was going across the region in the desert areas, out, Broken Hill and all that. So that's what it was designed for, to replace that. This was the prime mover of its day. It got its own crane to lift the weights, the bales and everything on there. You get an incredible machine. They even had a motorcycle rider to scout the way ahead to make sure that Big Lizzie would be able to get through. Wow. In early 1916, the desert train, this one, left Richmond to go to Broken Hill. and the route had to be selected really carefully, because the 61-meter turning circle, that's what it is. The 61-meter turning circle. Oh wow. So I had to raise all low power and telephone lines. I had to raise the telephone lines. It took 2 days just to reach the city outskirts of Richmond. 2 days in Melbourne, 2 days out. A motorcycle and sidecar outfit was suspended from the rear trailer for use as a transport and for reconnaissance and conditions ahead. The first major problem occurred when a prime mover broke through a bridge near Kilmore, causing a large buckle. Wow, seen in the drinking water tank today. That was caused by when it hit a bridge leaving Melbourne. Put a big hole in the bridge. That was drinking water too for the crew. And the fuel that was carried here. Wow. Wow. Early 1916, the desert train left Richmond, expected to be in Broken Hill by early 1917. By October 1917, the desert train reached Mildura because they had a lot of problems on the way. And once again in flood. One penny saw work in the area because he hadn't earned any income, so he worked carted several loads of wheat into Moorabbin siding, the largest being 899 bags, 75 tons, which was the grower's entire crop. He also cut a trellis post for grapevines and railway sleepers, and been in land clearing. Once the Great War finished, a soldier resettlement for 700 returned veterans was secured at Red Cliffs. In 1920, Big Lizzie commenced scrub clearing for the 6,000 hectare irrigation settlement. Wow. For the Red Cliffs clearing up job, a gang of up to 16 men were employed to handle the 4 heavy cables, which were attached with hooks and loops to as many trees or stumps as possible at each pool. Wow. Yeah, my God, that's never made it to Broken Hill. It stood neglected from the 1920s for over 40 years. In the later 1950s. The Apex Club attempted to purchase Big Lizzie, but this was restored in the 1980s. Wow. 1993. Wow.